Hey, welcome back everyone. Welcome back to my channel. This movie, Sudden Case of Christmas, don't really even know where to start. I'm confused. I really don't know what the target audience is. Um, Upon first watching the movie, the little girl wanted to celebrate Christmas in the summer because she found out her parents are separating, and she said, well, we're not going to be together for the real Christmas, so let's do Christmas here, right? So I'm thinking it's going to be geared more towards like a family film. Now, it's not rated, right? But that's just where I thought it was going. But then we get into things like her grandfather had an affair at that same lodge a few years ago. We get into like some adult situations. I'm just wondering, like, as a family, if you're watching this, the kids are probably going to be bored on those parts. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who is this for? And there's a few cuss words, so I know it's not for kids per se, but I just don't see children being interested in this by itself. I mean, for the whole movie, and I don't see adults really, because it's like there's kid parts. You get what I'm trying to say? One of the things I didn't care for was the daughter's character, right? They have her in therapy because they knew they were getting separated, so they wanted to, I guess, prepare her for it. So throughout the movie, she's using all these buzzwords, and she's talking in a way that most 10-year-olds don't talk. I understand they were trying to, I guess, highlight that, well, she's in therapy, so she's going to learn all this stuff. I just don't think that's realistic for 10-year-olds to sound like that all the time. Like, oh, you're undercutting and you're emotionally bankrupt. And it's like, I know this on the internet, and kids use the internet just as much as adults, but that part was not drawing me in like I think they were trying to draw people in, right? Danny DeVito's character, I feel like, was not big enough for this movie. Like, Danny DeVito is a big deal, okay? We've been watching Danny DeVito since Cheers. I want to say he was on a show called Taxi. Correct me if I'm wrong. And of course, for us 80s babies, we know him as Matilda's daddy, the car salesman, the sneaky car salesman, right? So, but I feel like, I will say this: if they use somebody else, like let's say they used an actor that played his part, and that wasn't a well-known actor, this movie would have been a total dud, in my opinion. I tried to, it couldn't keep my interest because, like I said, it's like 2-3 different movies in one. The whole thing with the granddad, not Danny DeVito, but the other grandfather who had an affair a few years earlier. So I don't want to call her a mistress because it was a one-night stand, but his one-night stand's there. He's trying to hide from her. His wife ends up meeting her, not knowing that they had a one-night stand, and befriends her. Like, to me, I don't know, it just didn't fit well into this Christmas movie. And then I feel like instead of it being, I hope I'm articulating myself correctly with this. I just feel like this didn't stand out as a Christmas movie. This could have been an anytime movie. This could have been we're just going on vacation or whatever. And then I didn't care for the parents either, because I feel like I feel like the daughter was running the family. Like, they went all the way to Italy, which is where the mother's family's from, Danny DeVito. They went all the way to Italy because they couldn't tell her at home that they were separating. Like, to me, that translates that this child has control over the family. And then the fact that she's like, well, I want to have Christmas in the summer, and then her other set of grandparents are stopping by, and everybody's dropping what they're doing to do. It's like this. It's one thing to, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't listen to your children sometimes and their wants and needs. I'm definitely not saying that. But I just feel like this little girl was pulling puppet strings. I just couldn't get into that. The one character who I think was supposed to be, well, not I think, but I know he was supposed to be like the irritating a-hole. he spends a lot of money at the I want to call it a lounge, but he spends a lot of money at the hotel. Him and his daughter, he's a butthole, so Danny DeVito's character just kind of deals with him being snotty. I actually feel like he was a likable character because he's like the one you love to hate. I feel like his character was well-rounded, whereas everyone else's was just kind of just out there. And I just couldn't get with it. You know, I do not like doing bad reviews, but I don't feel like I would be real if I only review things that I absolutely love. But shout out to the actors and the writers, directors. This movie just wasn't for me. That's all. It just wasn't for me. But if you want to watch it, it's on Hulu called, and I can't even remember the name. I don't have my thumbnail made, but that movie with Dan DeVito, you'll see it on the thing on Hulu. All right. I think it's called This Last Minute Christmas. No, that's not it. Something Christmas. I'm so sorry, you guys. I just wasn't feeling it. But anyway, Danny DeVito's newest Christmas movie on Hulu. Check it out. And if you see it, shout out to me in the comments. What do you think? Do you disagree with me? Do you agree? Let me know. All right. Peace and blessings to my 91 subscribers. Shout out to all of you who are not subscribed, but you know you can as well by hitting that button for me. And I will see you next time.